He took his girlfriend to the Met. I went anyway. This is a story about marriage, denial, and what it takes to finally face reality. My husband was planning to attend a gala at the Met with his girlfriend. Dirk is world renowned for his collection and restoration work. My role was financial support and partnership for nearly 30 years. I was sometimes included, often not. Still, his passion shaped our lives, whether through constant music in the house or the money we invested. He had been involved with experts at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art for many years. I met some of these people on occasion when they traveled to our homes. He became involved with a new girlfriend in December of last year. He was cagey about telling me his plans with her, as if I cared what they were doing. Mostly, I didn't care. But there was a Wednesday in December when I tried to reach him all day with a question about finances related to our business, and he was unreachable. He had mentioned that he planned to see his girlfriend on Friday of that week. When I was finally able to get my business question answered, I naturally asked why he was AWOL on that Wednesday. He said he had changed his plans from Friday to Wednesday and that they had gone to a museum. I ran through a list of museums in my head. Only one made sense. The Met. Next, I heard that we would be loaning our 2 crystal flutes to the Met for a year. It felt a little strange to have been left out of this transaction completely, yet it was not unheard of for him to go about his flute business without my input or participation, as I have no expertise in the field. I looked forward to the day when the musical instrument galleries would reopen with our flutes as part of the exhibits. I expected to be invited to some sort of opening. On February 13th of that year, my husband and I received an invitation to the grand reopening of the musical instruments department. I was so excited as we had been invited to many events at the Met over the years, but we never went. I thought this particular occasion warranted our attendance, with our flutes being part of the exhibit. I excitedly texted my husband that we were invited to this party on March 21st. His response was that he was going with his girlfriend and did I want to tag along. I believe I told him to fuck off, that she wasn't invited, and that they aren't her flutes. Being dismissed and disrespected was par for the course of our long relationship. I spoke to him in a few days about this and suggested he do the right thing and bring his family. We have 2 sons, 18 and 20. He was resistant to this idea, as it seemed he had been planning a romantic night with his girlfriend for months without his disabled wife and children. We fought about this. He questioned why I was suddenly interested in the flutes. The fact is, I had been his partner in this venture for about 30 years, but was flummoxed by the question. He argued that it would be an imposition on the museum to add 2 more people. I emailed the Met and asked if it would be okay if we all attended, and they said it would. I forwarded the email to him. I sent another email detailing my interest in the flutes over the years, as he questioned, "Since when are you interested in the flutes?" I reminded him about all of the trips we had been on together in search of flutes, all of his flute people I helped entertain over the years, how he excluded me from a trip to Italy related to the loan of an important flute from the collection, and suggested taking me to the Met would be small compensation for this. He would not relent. I finally pinned him down about what his issue seemed to be. He said it felt weird to go with me as his wife since we've been separated so long. I thought it was weird that he wanted to go with someone he met in December. Back and forth we went. I suggested to him that I might just show up, and he thought that would be awkward. After a few weeks of deadlock, I started to wonder if I could possibly be dead wrong in my opinion. I made an appointment to see my therapist. She helped me realize something simple. I didn't want to go with him. I just wanted to go. My husband could be selfish and impatient when he went places with me because I limp and walk with a cane. He wouldn't want to push me in a wheelchair at this event where he could be showing off. So I started making plans with my boyfriend to attend together. I RSVP'd to the museum that I would be attending with my companion. I received a reply stating that they were delighted that my husband and I would be attending with my companion. There was some confusion here, as I had been corresponding with them about attending as a family at first. March 21st was the first full day of spring in the Northeast, and we were treated to our fourth nor'easter in the month of March that day. By late afternoon on the 21st, I received an email from the Met that the event was rescheduled for the following night due to bad weather. My boyfriend would have to work the next day until late afternoon and wouldn't be able to go. I arranged with the Met to bring both sons and a girlfriend at the last minute. This was more important than going to work. I was glad our sons were going to be able to have this experience. I don't believe their father even mentioned it to them. This scenario unexpectedly forced me to face confronting the uncomfortable reality. My husband was moving on. I was diving headfirst into uncharted waters. While he had met a few of my boyfriends since we split up, I had yet to be in the same place at the same time as him and a girlfriend. But the point here is that I really wanted to go to this event, irrespective of what their plans were. My therapist made clear that we are living as if we are divorced, so his logic of not going together as a couple did make some sense. I wanted to attend a glamorous event at the Met with people who are important to me. Did I want to meet my husband's girlfriend? Absolutely not. Did I want to make them uncomfortable? Yes, a little. Did I want to share the event with my sons? Definitely. My sons had alerted their dad that we were all cleared to attend by the museum late in the afternoon. I was quietly pleased we were springing ourselves on my husband and his date, particularly after he was so resistant to the idea of all of us going. We borrowed a wheelchair from the museum upon arrival because they had alerted me that the galleries were a bit out of the way and suggested I request a wheelchair after I informed them I have a mobility challenge. I felt empowered by my decision to dive headfirst into what I knew would be an uncomfortable scene. I no longer want to be with my husband, so in the end, I was glad we didn't go together. My therapist had pointed out that going forward, it is likely I will have to attend events with him and whomever he is with at the time. There is no time like the present, I suppose. I arrived in the Great Hall of the Met looking beautiful in a stylish dress and boots with minimal makeup. My handsome young sons pushed my wheelchair, something their father had opted out of doing long ago. I felt confident about meeting the girlfriend. There is no competition between us. I don't want to be with him. I felt like a queen being carried in on a glamorous litter by my dutiful servants. My husband approached us with his date. Our sons said hello to her as if they already knew her. I graciously extended my hand and said it was nice to meet her. It was like ripping a Band-Aid off, something that was no fun but had to be done sooner or later. I am quite game for facing awkward situations and fear. I have been through so much life and death and crushing loss that I am nearly fearless. Part of me felt great inside with the quiet confidence of a young woman who has survived a devastating stroke, lived with a disability, watched her husband quit, raised awesome sons, and presented her magnificent self to the Metropolitan Museum of Art.